Hello everyone, this is the Industrial Age. In today's video, we will explore the intricate landscape of purchase department, uncovering the vital role risk assessment plays in ensuring efficient and secure purchasing process. So let's get started. So purchase risk assessment is a process of evaluating and analyzing potential risk associated with a particular purchase or procurement activity. This assessment is typically performed by businesses, organizations, or individuals before making significant purchases to ensure that they make informed decisions and mitigate potential negative outcomes. The goal is to identify, understand, and manage risk that could impact the success of the purchase. The risk assessment process in a purchase department involves several systematic steps to identify, evaluate, and manage potential risk. Here's a step-by-step guide related to the risk assessment is provided. So we discuss one by one. So the first, establish a risk assessment team. Assemble a cross-functional team that includes procurement professional, supply chain expert, finance representatives, and relevant stakeholders. This team will collaborate to assess and manage risk effectively. Second, define the scope and objectives. Clearly define the scope of the risk assessment, including the procurement process, suppliers, and categories to be evaluated. Set specific objectives for the assessment, such as identifying critical risks, evaluating their potential impact, and developing mitigation strategies. Next, identify risk. Gather information from internal and external sources to identify potential risks. This can include reviewing historical data, analyzing market trends, considering regulatory changes, and consulting with the subject matter experts. Categorize risk. Group identified risk into categories based on common characteristics such as supply chain risk, financial risk, quality risk, regulatory risk, etc. Categorization helps in organizing and prioritizing the assessment process. Next, assess risk impact. Evaluate the potential consequences of each identified risk. Consider how risk could impact procurement timelines, cost, supplier relationships, quality, and overall operations. Again, qualitative or quantitative measures to assess the severity of each risk. Next, estimate risk probability. Determine the likelihood of each risk occurring. Consider historical data, market insight, supplier performance, and any external factors that could contribute to the risk likelihood. Quantify risk. Assign a risk rating to each identified risk by combining its impact and probability scores. This helps prioritize risk and allocate resources for mitigation efforts. Next, prioritize risk. Rank risk based on their risk rating. Focus on addressing high priority risks that have significant potential impacts on procurement operations and overall business objectives. Develop risk mitigation strategies. For each high priority risk, develop specific mitigation strategies. These strategies should outline actions, responsibilities, timelines, and resources needed to minimize the impact of the risk. Next, contingency planning. Create contingency plan for critical risk. These plans detail step-by-step action to be taken if risk materialize. Define roles, communication protocols, alternative supplier, and resource allocation. Implement mitigation measures. Put the identified risk mitigation strategies into action. Collaborate with relevant stakeholders to ensure the timely and effective implementation of the plans. Monitor and review. Continuously monitor the progress of risk mitigation effort. Regularly review and update risk assessment as new information become available or circumstances changes. And last, communicate and report. Maintain open communication with stakeholder about the status of risk assessment, mitigation efforts, and any changes in risk level. Provide regular report on risk management progress.